I think it's a very important piece of land that we're trying to protect. I've been exploring the Scotchmans since I was probably 5 years old, and there are still many places that I haven't seen yet. It's not an easy place to get around in. We learn to think like elk when we hike out there. Elk and humans can go just about all the same places. You learn a lot about yourself, a lot about why places like that are important.
Say, I got a question on this resolution. We live in what's known as the Panhandle of Idaho. Bonner County was formed back in 1907. Our major industry at that time was logging. The rivers that flowed down into the lake offered an opportunity for the loggers to be able to cut the trees, use their horses or mules to haul the trees down to the rivers and the lake shore and float those in huge rafts down here to Sandpoint. We had the Kalispel tribe and the Kootenai tribe that lived along Lake Pend Oreille and the Pend Oreille River that flows from here north. The timber industry has been declining for a number of years now, but we've been able to transition successfully into the recreation and the tourism market. We've got great natural resources. We've got a ski resort. We've got the lake. People want to come here because of the beauty.
A lot of the trees are ponderosa pine. We also manufacture cedar lumber, western white pine lumber. This isn't your grandfather's or even your father's timber industry. The machines that you see behind me and the mechanization that goes on in that mill, we get value out of every piece of lumber we produce.
That schematic that you see up on those screens, and all the abnormalities, the bumps, the wiggles, the sweep, everything out of the log, and it calculates this is the size, this is the length.
My friends in the conservation community use the same word that I use regarding timber production: certainty. When you protect an area, you're certain it'll be there for future generations.
The history of timber and wilderness conflicts is just that, it's history. These days, timber folks and conservation folks see pretty much eye to eye on the landscape. A lot of the way that the land has been planned by the national forests over the last couple of decades have allowed for areas such as the Scotchman Peaks to be proposed for wilderness and have allowed for other areas to be recommended for suitable for timber production or restoration work.
Are we all set? All righty. So if we don't have needles or leaves, what are the things we can look at to identify plants?
Bark.
Bark is an excellent choice. Sandpoint is a great place to teach science. I teach horticulture, forestry, and environmental sciences. And weather permitting, we are outside way more than we are inside. Many of the students do go directly into employment in the field. More go on to college because they want to get a better career, but a lot with the skills they learn in these classes, they go right to work. And that's kind of the intent of the program, is that they are ready to go to work as a timber cruiser, working in a greenhouse, being a technician monitoring water quality. When we look at the challenges coming to our society, whether it's providing food, whether it's mitigating climate change, we need wide open spaces like this to study the way the natural systems work. I'm very hopeful that some of these students are the ones that will find those solutions, because we're in a world of hurt if they don't.
I'm looking into wildlife